All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video of a preview of what I am sending off to PSA for grading. PSA has offered me to be in the beta program for their comic book grading service, and I have decided to answer that call with quite a hefty submission. And you're about to see the stuff that we will be submitting to them. Starting off with our first submission, which is this one. Yes. So, we're going to send them Wolverine Third Claw. And also, this is a test. I want to see if they know the difference between the 2 claw and the 3 claw. So that's definitely one that I'm going to be interested to see. Here, next up, we're going to send them a 1 in 25 Torrin Clark. These have all gotten 9/8 from every place we've ever sent them. They're absolutely perfect. So that'll be a very good test of their skills. This is a first print Dragon Ball Z #1. Barcode denotes that it's the first print. A Planet Comics, Dave Stevens, gorgeous book. And another Planet Comics. We actually have one more later, and I'll show you that one. But that's a huge book, and it goes for a lot of money in the 9/8, so we're going to look to see what that is. This book was previously submitted to CBCS for a 9/8. It was pressed by either Red Hood or Half Price Crook. It's gorgeous. It should have gotten the 9/8, but we're going to see if PSA decides what they're going to grade it. Sheena, another Dave Stevens. Gorgeous book. A Thor 337, first Beta Ray Bill. A Star Wars 2 Newsstand, first print, first appearance of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Amazing Spider-Man 252, I believe this one was pressed as well, and then it didn't get the 9/8 pre-screen, so we're going to see what that one gets. There's a Secret Wars 8, gorgeous. You can see the colors real crisp. We're going to get another one of these right here. Both of these came from the same collection, first owner. Gorgeous condition. We're going to see what those come back. This Vengeance of Bane, square bound. It's got a little wrinkling in the square, but we're going to see what that hits. Another Dave Stevens. This is Jungle Comics. I'm going to do a lot of square bounds here because I really want to see what they do and how these look in their case. But this one is perfect. Akira #1, first print. Lone Wolf and Cub #1, first print. Ranma Half #1. Gundam #1. And Dirty Pair #1. So I'm doing these in 20 issue submissions, so that every 20 will get graded. So that way, if I have multiples in different piles, I can tell, okay, this one got a grade differently than this one that was in a different bundle. So, all right, the second bundle, let's get that one out of the way. Second bundle, do the same thing. NYX #3, gorgeous copy of this book. Gonna see what it gets. Delivery Man #1, very rare comic. I want to see if they even know what this is and how to grade it. A New Mutants 87, one of the few that I didn't get Liefeld to sign. A G.I. Joe #1, gorgeous copy of this book. We're gonna see what that one gets. Next up, Tales of the Teen Titans, #44. These are what I call evergreen books. In 9/8, they always sell. It depends on how much they sell for, but they're always desired. An X-Men 133, gorgeous copy of this book. An Omega Man 3, book's getting hotter, back again. This is a very good copy of this, so interested to see what that comes back. First Squirrel Girl, right here, Eric Larson cover. See what that one gets. Red Hulk #1. There's a couple variations of this. I still think this is one of the rarest books. I have several of these throughout this thing, but it's one of those iconic books that even since the movie didn't do good, I still think it's a desired book. I got a Uncanny 129. Another one, gorgeous. Another 252. This one has never been pressed. I'm having all of these pressed. The first batch I did not do a press on because they'd already been mostly pressed by somebody else before they got kicked back out. These have never been pressed, so I'm going to get them one press using their service. Obviously, they're all killer books. Newsstand of New Mutants 98, Avengers Annual 10, Newsstand 221, Newsstand First Rocket Raccoon. Was that Newsstand? No, that was a direct, sorry. Transformers Direct, number 1. Werewolf by Night, 32. Joker, number 1. And First Spider-Woman. And one more book. Uncanny 101. Very nice copy. This is a high grade. I want to say it's probably going to be an 8 or a 9 minimum. But we're going to see. It's got a little bit of hit down there. I want to see what they hit a book like this on. And we'll go from there. Third stack. I'm doing this all by myself too, so sorry it takes so long. We're going to edit this down. All right, next up. Infinity Gauntlet. I believe we have 2 of these. Yep. It's one of those standard books that just always sells, especially if it gets a high grade. Another 221. I have a gut suspicion about Mr. Sinister. Just bear with me on that. You know what? I have so many of these. This book is in the dip right now, but I have no idea what a PSA 10 might hit of this book. And I think the same crossover people are into both of those. I think I have 2 of these. Spider-Man 2099. I just had an awesome conversation with Nick from Key Collector. I think that Spider-Man 2099 has a huge following in the card market, and that his PSA comic will also kind of get that same love. Another 221, this time it's a newsstand. Amazing 631, I believe I have 2 copies of that, yep. Here's a Vengeance of Bane, another one and a different one. This has a much cleaner spine. Amazing 36. I just kind of want to see, this is an all black. This is flawless. I want to see if they recognize the flawlessness of this. Here is a classic Joker, cover 366. Here's another gorgeous Dave Stevens. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this book, and I think that some PSA love, if this gets a 10 with that perfect square bound, this could be a marquee book at an auction. Dave Stevens, Twisted Tales, another square bound, and Dave Stevens. Newsstand Spawn number 2. Newsstand Spawn number 1. Another Third Claw. This is a foil Dynamic Forces Witchblade Tomb Raider half. First appearance of Lara Croft. And a Batman Adventures number 12. Gorgeous copy of this. Gorgeous copy. All right, that's our third stack. Moving into our fourth stack over here. And we're probably going to take this video. If we don't post this directly, we may save this video and then have a split screen of the submission coming back and then me going over all these books. Batgirl Adventures, Bruce Timm cover. I think that book is so underappreciated and such a gorgeous book. Secret Warriors number 6 variant. This is kind of the disco Nick Fury variant. Torchy number 1, gorgeous. This got kicked out from a 9/8 pre-screen at CBCS. The famous one that made me actually switch from using CBCS because most of these books are dead mint gorgeous. Batman 423, I believe I have 2 of them. There was a bunch of these throughout the order. Cry for Dawn. This is just one of those books that I'm going to be very interested to see what it does in a PSA. Danger Girl, Chromium, Campbell. This is a rare book, and I want to see what they look at this flaw-wise. Danger Girl number 2, gold foil, Campbell Love, all around on that one. And then here's the gold bikini Danger Girl, Dynamic Forces, number 5. And then we have the Chiodo Brothers Valkyrie cover. This thing is just on fire. It never cools off. It just always comes back and hits you. Bomb Queen number 1, underrated book. I love this book, and this is a gorgeous, nice black spine that I'm definitely going to see what they think about that one. Mad Love, I think it's probably the 3rd best Harley Quinn cover. Agents of Atlas number 1 variant. Love this book. Amazing Spider-Man 601. J. Scott Campbell, it's an iconic classic. Same thing, Adam Hughes, iconic Wonder Woman. Love that book. Another Akira number 1. First X-23 in vial form, but this is also a newsstand. This is a bagged comic. I want to see what they do with a bagged comic. I know they will grade a pack over at PSA. Will they grade a bagged comic book? This is a Deadpool card in the back of this. And I believe it's a newsstand as well. Amazing 365 first 2099 Spider-Man. First cover Omega Supreme. First actual Omega Supreme. That's our 4th bundle. Yes, guys, I know. I am sending off over 200 books, and I will be showing all of those in this video. 4th bundle down. Now to the 5th bundle. Fifth bundle. Oop, I just spun my light around. 5th bundle. Star Wars number 1 newsstand. Gorgeous copy. Interested to see. Another 221. Like I said, I got a hunch on Mr. Sinister, so we'll play that hunch. Transformers number 1 direct. Gorgeous copy. New Mutants 87. Gorgeous copy. Wolverine number 1. Gorgeous copy. Game of Thrones number 1. Book doesn't get enough love. Or I'm sorry, Game of Thrones number 3, but this is the iconic scene there. 28 Days Later. Maybe if we get this back in time before the 28 years later movie comes out, that'll hit a hot one. Judas Contract 44, Teen Titans. What do we got? Raiders of the Lost Ark. Not enough love on this book. Hack Slash, My First Maniac, 2nd printing. Swamp Thing, number 37, First Constantine. I think that movie is going to happen, and you want to have that book then. Another Omega Man, number 3. Batman 262, gorgeous square-bound book there. Look how nice and clean that square-bound is. We got, this is an iconic book. I've always favored this book, and I think a lot of people are going to want this book down the road. 194, First Black Cat. I think we're going to get a lot of play with Black Cat coming up. Caliber Comics presents First Crow. Sally Forth, early Adam Hughes. A really hard book with all that white spine. First He-Man in DC Comics presents 47. Newsstand on the 357. And First Weapon X, gorgeous Barry Windsor Smith cover. All right, that's the 100 comics mark. I am going to go ahead and stop this video and begin a new video for the second part.